Good morning to you, my awesome students, and to those who have subscribed to this channel because your love for art and your interest in art. Yes, so we are gonna be having a ball this morning again. I'm gonna be teaching you a follow-up lesson to the pinch pot that I would have done in previous video, and I'm hoping that you are having fun at it while you explore art. So we're gonna be doing a little bit more clay this morning. Here are some of the cool stuff that we've been doing. Yes, pottery. So the lesson is gonna be focusing on pottery, another traditional pot building technique, which I think I should have done a long time ago, but nevertheless, it's never too late for a start. So here we are. Alright, good. So we're gonna be looking at the coil pot, and I'm gonna show you so my table is pretty colorful because of my painterly background. Alright, and I'm gonna share with you some of the awesome stuff that we've been doing in class. Alright. Yes. So let me set up so that you can see exactly how it's gonna start. Alright, good. So here's the coil pot. Alright, this is the coil pot you're looking at here. This is a glazed one, and yeah, just a variety of colors, and this is how it turned out. Pretty good. Alright. Nicely glazed. Very simple, very minimal amount of colors that are used. Alright. So yeah, this is a tile that we were decorating in class. Yes, these are some of the awesome designs that we came up with. This one, flex balance, and we have our rolling pin here. So the first thing we want to do is flatten the clay to so I'm going to put a little cardboard here to quickly flatten the clay. Just going to press down on it. So want to make the base of the pot. So you really want a piece of slab. You need a piece of slab for the base of the pot, similar to a tile. Alright, so at a certain thickness, depend on the size of your clay. So you have to think about scale. Alright, so you don't need a bigger slab than this. So my needle tool is here too. Alright, and basically, so as I said before, I'm just gonna flatten out the so we're gonna make some coils as well, and we need something round. So I'm gonna need just a size like this for this. This is a complete finished tape, right? So what I want to do is quickly roll the clay out, flatten the clay. Normally, I would tell you that you need to get 2 strips of wood at a certain thickness. Put it beside here, like it could be the exact thickness of what you want your slab to be, and you put it beside here, and then you roll. So you have 2 types. You have wooden rolling pin. If you don't, guys, the easiest way for those who do not have a rolling pin, and this is used in culinary arts, the rolling pin traditionally for flattening dough, making roti and all of that when you're dealing with flour, pastry. Alright, so you have a plastic rolling pin and you have a wooden rolling pin. If you do not have any of these, you can use so I'm gonna get rid of this cardboard so you can see the beautiful surface of this table, canvas. Alright, so as I was saying, substitute for a rolling pin would be a quart bottle or a glass bottle. Yes, it would be nice to use if you don't find yourself with a rolling pin. Clear? So again, I said this is our objective. We're making a coil pot, so we need to have the base of the coil pot. So we need, and the base is a slab. All right. So I'm satisfied with this thickness. Yeah, based on the size that I'm working with. So I have my needle tool here, and I have my round object. You could press into it if you want to, instead of cutting it with the rolling pin. Makes life easier. You could get it done quickly. So now I need to get it out of this. Alright, so I'm gonna take my time so I don't distort the shape too much. Alright, so we can use these to make coils. Alright, so here's the base of my pot. Good. Alright, you can scratch some cores into the edge of your slab. So, and you need some slip, liquid clay, or it depends on the type of clay you're using. I don't have to use too much mixed slip, which is liquid clay, like a muddy feel to it, that you mixed totally out to liquid and then you add it. It's like the binding agent that keeps it's like glue to wood that keeps the clay firmly together. Alright, that it holds together. So you scratch those cores, grooves. You could use a fork, whatever, a toothpick, you name it. Alright, so we're making some coils now. And here's what I have, an interesting tool right here that I'm going to use to it makes life easier. So traditionally, let me show you how we do this. We would normally get our clay in our hands. Our most important tools, our technology is our hands, right? Our ability to use our hands, creative. So you can consistently roll out a coil, right? This is the traditional way. When you find yourself without that sophisticated tool that I showed you, a syringe. Alright, so you have to try to be consistent with rolling this out. It's easy though. You know, you have to just gently roll the part that is the thickest. The part that is the thickest, you roll it. Try to make sure it is. So you could roll an entire coil, and I could show you. So to make life easier for you, you want to move fast, you could roll a long coil. Alright, good. So here's one coil. But then roll it out. Here we go. Roll it out. Roll it out. Roll it out. Good. So we have a long coil here to work with. So it's going to give us leverage. It's going to give us a good little distance. So we want to finish this quickly and show you how easy. So here's the other way, using I would say an advanced piece of technology. You have ones that are round, that you can, these syringes, very creative, very nice. The star looking pattern. and here you have the round regular one. So what you do, incoming, so you load your coil in it, and here we go. This is pretty fun. My kids enjoy working with this little resource, this little tool. Yes, they do enjoy squeezing the coil. So here it is, squeeze your coil. So there you go, makes life easier. You are able to produce more coils than the usual on a faster pace. All right, so I'm just gonna quickly start putting the, so you hold on to the end of your coil, start putting your coils on, and you determine how tall you want your container to be. You can smooth out the inside or the outside, but I like to see the coils. I'm also gonna do another lesson video to show you how you can make a basket from the so I'm going to show you how to see how the star coil looks. Right? I'm going to show you how this star pattern looks. Okay. Good. Here we go. I'm going to show you how the star looks. There is the star. There's the star. Good. Pretty satisfying. Awesome. So you can have star added. So let me utilize this long one so I can cover more grounds quickly. Here we go. We're going around, coil on top of coil. And as I said before, if you have a certain type of clay, you may want to add slip, which is liquid clay, or you just dip your finger into some water and you apply it to that before you put the clay together, so it doesn't fall apart after it's bisque fired. Okay, so it holds together. Now you can form it how you want it. If you want it to be, wider, having a bulge, whatever design you want, you can do that. You have to put it closer to the edge if you want that to happen. Alright, so I'm going to use this as the lip, since as it's fancy. I may have to do a few more. I'm just going to add these coils so we can go up to a certain height. And let me put a little pep in my step. Go a little bit quicker, seeing that you want to see the finished product, right? Good. I'm anxious to see although we have to be patient, sometimes we're anxious, but we can move because we have the coils being produced at a fast rate. Here we go. There, I can move it around for you to see inside of it, the base of it. Good. So you may want to mold it into how you want it to be. Make sure things are intact, keeps it form. We're gonna engrave our names into it, or names into it at this stage easily. You can do it at cheese hard too. Okay? Engrave a mark into it. Alright? Cool? And even the year. There, little, I'm gonna add more coils to it. So here are some finished ones that are inspired too. You can take on different types of design. And here's another way you can do the base of the pot if you do not have the rolling pin and all of that. I'm going to show you right now. Alright, here is another one. Here it is. Alright, so here I'm going to show you how you can easily make the base of your pot without having a rolling pin. So you make your coil. Oops. Alright. Let me get a pre-done one so you can see. So basically what you would do, and let me roll my coil for you so you can see exactly how it is done from the start to the finish. Alright. So you may want to roll this a little bit thinner. So you decide how thick you want it to be. So you try to make it consistent, like I said before. You look at it similar to your finger. It depends. It's up to you. It's not a must. So you want to start with the middle. Then here you go. Go around. Put it together. Around. Now you can leave it like this for the base, right? Or if you want it to be consistent, so you rub that here. Yep, there you go. Alright, so you can flatten this part if you want to. It's up to you. It's not a must, but it's up to you. Okay? So you can smooth out this part. If you don't have your rolling pin, okay? And you could use a wooden tool. Yeah, there are different tools that you can use to get this out. But as I said before, traditionally, if you're out of those resources, it doesn't mean you can't achieve your objective, which is to make your coil pot with the slab base. Alright, so you can smooth out one part if you want to, or both sides. Alright, so as educator, you want to be efficient, you want to be quick, you want to be very transparent. So you want to make sure your kids see the easiest possible way to making these in the fastest possible time, and to fire them and let them get it back. Alright, good. Here we go. So you want to see we're getting there, getting a certain height. You don't want it to be too tall or too short. Now we're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. We're getting there. We are getting there. Okay, we're almost there. Wow, isn't that amazing? Clay is so nice to work with, and you can make handles if you want. You can make. So remember, with clay you can make functional objects, or you can make decorative objects. Okay? You can smooth out the inside and leave the outside with the texture, the pattern that you have. But like I said before, this is how I like it. Alright, so these are usually what you could use to put on handles, right? You could put on handles like that, sophisticated handles, you name it. Right? There are ways of achieving that. I could show you that also in future videos, future lessons. Yep. So these are ways you could put on handles. that little part, carve out that little part, and put it in. Alright. Maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't. So, coming closer to the end of this project. See, as a child, I used to go to the spring side, go to a little moist area, not just the spring side, there were areas that are moist under our mango tree, and I used to harvest clay. It's like my little mining area, and that's my play area. Used to excavate, mine clay, and make some wonderful little things, you know. And little did I know that I would end up becoming an art educator, teaching my kids about clay. One of my most successful story as an art educator is that I taught a student ceramic, and I had asked them, we never had the resources really, the refined, the wash one, the processed clay. So I'd ask them to just, if they can find any spring side, and get clay and take it to school, and they did. And what we made, they enjoyed to the fullest. And one of those very same students, she became an art educator, and she came back to the very school to teach art. She was, after I had actually moved on to a different school, I had encouraged her to apply, take up the position that I once held. And that was just a proud moment for me. That's what I call successful. Success. That's one of my success stories as an art educator. Yeah. I was really satisfying. So here it is. Here's it. So you want to keep the shape how you want it. You can manipulate it to how you want it at this stage. Alright, and here we go now. Remember I had said I wanted to use this as the rim, the lip, the lip of my container. Yeah, gives it a nice look. Here it is. Here we go. Here we go. Good. So I'm trying to figure out if I really want to put a hand on it or not. Yeah, maybe I want to put something, yeah, different this time. So I'm going to carve out this little section, get it in, let it sit comfortably there. To sit comfortably within that groove. Here we are. subscribe.